Well, welcome to one of the most beautiful tracks on the calendar. This is the Red Bull Ring in Austria, in Spielberg, Austria, to be more specific. And FC2 is getting a little bit crazy right now. We've had an amazing FC1 race earlier today, but this time FC2, they're getting a little confused because, well, I'm going backwards right now, and I'm not really sure why, but I think more will be revealed soon. We're starting in about 10 minutes or so, which gives us a lot of time to talk about what this track represents, the current standings of FC2 right now, and plenty of knowledge to get yourself going before we start the Grand Prix, the qualifying, more specific. Of course, as always, we have Oink, also known as Mark, in the booth, and he just won the FC1 race. So tell us what makes a championship run here in Spielberg.
Man, Demon Addict has just won Canada from the race lead. He's increased his gap all the way up to 40 points. So he's running away from Gabriel Live and El Saco de Papas. Plus Quasar also is just trying to sneak in, taking 4th place. He's only 2 points behind El Saco. And Hockey Fan also getting good result in Canada, just keeping his P5 ahead of Iconos. Otherwise, we can head on to the team standings as well, with Al Frog with another dominant race in Canada. One of the biggest point scoring race they ever had, with Quasar, I believe. Quasar Sandoris Ferrari F15, who got his first podium at FC2 last race, and just running away from the rest of the field. We thought IKEA Racing would try and get close, but Al Frog is still proving everyone wrong. Here in race 11, I don't know if anyone will have an answer to them right now.
We'll have to see, because I mean, we might see some crazy upsets right now, considering the leaderboard right now is looking very spicy. Because if you take a look, T Times Red Bull Ring 2025, the top time is actually Hockey Fans 132.300 is crazy fast, though it did get beaten during the race in FC1, a new world record. But still, he does have the fastest time on the track, which means, does he have the best chance here of winning this one? It's tough to say.
But yeah, it's really tough because we've, as usual, we've even seen Gabriel Live and Kazinhu take the record on Monaco, for example, but then still end up outside of the top 10 because of how unlucky they got with their back markers. This race can be really punishing if you get bumped as well, because it's one of the fastest tracks on the calendar. You have 3 really long straights that you don't want to get bumped into, and there's and it's Boyutils, so if you get bumped in a downhill, there might be a chance you get sent flying off the track.
Yeah,
knowing how unpredictable FC2 is, then that's something we have to look out for.
Never seen a race at the Red Bull Ring before. You know, this is the one track that has the least amount of corners. It only has 10 corners to go through. Making up the map here, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. There's only 10 corners on this track, right? Count them up, you can add up 10. Well, if you count this straight here. And 3 of them don't even count as turns, really. They're all just full speed. Turn 2 right here is basically non-existent. Turn 7 is turn 8, I'm sorry, is very easy. So, with only 7 or so important sections, right? That's turn 1, turn 3, turn 5. Those are big sections. Turn 9 and 10 are the biggest sections to look out for when trying to set a fast time on quali. The rest of them are a combination of all the other turns, probably only amount to a couple ticks worth of improvement. But those 3 turns, those 3 turns at the beginning and the 2 turns at the end are what makes or breaks your qualifying run. And I think the story of today is you have to be perfect to get a in qualifying. Absolutely perfect. Really riding the line as close as you can, that perfect racing line. And even jumping some corners as well. Turn 10 is the known corner to kind of jump off the side of it. I don't know if anyone's doing it in practice right now, but you can absolutely jump over some of these blocks, shave off a little bit of the edge. It's risky, but in qualifying, it might be what you have to get. So if you haven't seen it already, if you want to join, we start in about 5 minutes. We're qualifying. All you have to do is join event.frosthex.com. I'll put it in chat here for you guys. Event.frosthex.com. Join up with the mod called Open Boat Utils. which is found on the Boat Racing mod pack. It's also found on GitHub and CurseForge and Modrinth, all the places you get mods. And join up by clicking one of these links here. We're gonna do a separate link. We're gonna do event spectate. That's X2 is something that we'd probably see in 2056 or something. I don't know. Where was I? Just saw it. It's an interesting name. There it is. I don't know how you say that, but Ertusoa is the name of the event. I don't know. So somebody likes to name them pretty funny things, and like today he's done it a little bit backwards. But yeah, we've got a really exciting one today. Red Bull Ring is one of the favorites. I would say it's, apart from, you could say that Monaco or Las Vegas is a really beautiful track, but this one I think might take the cake. It's built by Build the Earth team alongside actually those other two tracks as well, and it's just stunning, stunning to go through. I mean, going through right here, right before turn 9, it's just it transports you to. It feels so real in here, and we've gotten really lucky to partner up with the Build the Earth team to allow us to race on their track. It's quite amazing. I think there's a plane going over me, so I don't know if you hear that background audio.
No,
yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
Well, anyway, did you mention the name of the event?
It's backwards.
Yeah, it's Austria backwards.
It's Ertusoa, and I don't know. We haven't heard anything why he called it that, but keep an eye on chat. Maybe tell me release some info. We got 3 minutes before qualifying starts, and I think man, let's see what hockey fans up to, because he is the one to look out for. There he is, right there. He is he's trying to go backwards. I've got an idea that might happen, and yeah,
we got an announcement.
The announcement.
We got an announcement. Welcome to FC2 Formula Craft League, where we do all the funnies. Today, we are doing a funny.
We're doing a funny, and I think hockey might have an idea of what that could be.
He just got a humongous corner there.
Yeah, he did. So is Sharfy, maybe, and Fry at 15. They
oh my goodness. And I think a few people in the chat get what Satomi's trying to hit at right now.
Yeah, and I think there's no hiding it now. It's gonna be reverse grid. Actually, I'm sorry. We're going not a reverse grid, a reverse race entirely. Oh, that's what led.
We are taking this track and driving it completely backwards. And now the track is open, I think.
The track is open. You can see them all practicing the track backwards. Oh, there's a big Red Bull cam
man.
There. This is Red Bull Ring 2025 reverse.
Yep. So Tommy's saying the floodgates are open. The pit lane is completely reversed as well. It's gonna be so cursed. Last turn, as the very first corner, Martin's taking the first attack on it. And
yeah, so through turn 10 through 9, the opening two corners, how are we gonna announce this, man? Do we call it turn 10 and turn 9, or we reverse it to turn 1 and 2? I'm not too sure. I feel like I'm so used to saying turn 9 and 10 that I think we're gonna slip up. Well, whatever the case, we'll find out a name for it when we get going. But yeah, you can see the drivers. That one. Yeah. Martin is figuring this one out the fastest out of everybody. He's currently on a pretty quick lap, considering he hasn't even loaded these chunks yet. And we're giving people a chance to load their chunk. It is a very resource-intensive track. If you've driven an FC1 earlier today, you may have known that the first lap was a little bit chaotic for that specific reason. So we're getting people the opportunity to load in their chunks, make sure they can see the track before they go through it.
Jonas yelling about someone named Sofa Soaker.
Well, there anyway, we go. Down turn 3, past turn 2, which is basically a straight here. That's completely flipped the entire race, and I'm curious to see who's gonna adapt the quickest here and into the pit lane. Oh,
they just found a skip on the what?
Oh, that's new. I think some people have figured out a pretty neat strategy in the pit lane. I think Satamani's on watch. One that's on watch for this spot here. Let's see if he allows it. I don't know. Like without proper testing on Red Bull Ring reverse, I have a feeling there's gonna be cuts made. And there he is, right there. Yeah. Looks like yeah. You can see. Oh, who was that? That was MacDo33. Almost had it perfectly jumping the corner. But most drivers are still
Yeah,
taking
it seems
turn
like
one
somebody
normally.
just realized what.
Oh, there's
What happened
Makuzen. There
here.
we go. There's a lap that might be
The
worth.
heck, Makuzen?
Makuzen
Makuzen's
nailing the
full.
last
We
turn.
got Makuzen. We got some boat lab stats members here. We got Sotosuka, Makuzen, Renaka's even pulled up.
There you
That's
go.
just crazy. So some guy named Sofa, the guy named Sofa Soaker set the fastest lap so far. I
Who
don't know
is Sofa
who
Soaker?
is Sofa Soaker.
I have a feeling who's not on who we think would be on. Is 2-8 on? No, he is on.
Maybe.
Wait.
I
He
don't-
says he's not even on here, so I'm
2-8
not
is
sure.
online.
2-8 is
2-8
on.
is
Yeah,
on.
he is there. Oh, he's on the test server.
It's not even 2-8 then.
No,
Who
it's
is
not
who in the
who is
world
Sofa
is
Soaker? Can we get some
Background check.
background check?
Yeah.
Nobody. It's an alt of nobody. This is some unchecked IP who has not raced before. Who is Sofa Soaker?
Well, I don't know. We're gonna see him race for the very first time. We don't know who this is. It reminds me of another driver named Julian Cole's mom. And then we got okay. Now we got the announcement saying the skip has been patched. No one can send a skip anymore. Good job, Satomi.
Yeah, we've had a slight change to the FC1, FC2 schedule, which could relate a little bit here in FC2, not as much as it did in FC1. There was a change to the rule temporarily for Red Bull Ring, where all the FC2 drivers who normally race in FC2 were allowed to race in FC1 and FC2 together. Now, going into this, you may think that it was crazy to let them have an entire 17-lap race of practice before they jump into FC2, which is normally why we don't allow it. But because the entire track is reversed, we felt it was fair to allow people to try out FC1 racing and see how they stack up. We've had some interesting races from people like Track, who put in apparently 10 hours of practice on the Red Bull Ring. And I don't remember exactly what position he ended up in, but still, he did an amazing race and definitely competed with the best there is, with just 10 hours of practice and a dream, pretty much. So the new guys are finding their way, the new gens, they're being called, are finding their way into FC1 by putting in plenty of practice time. But anyway, so some people have a lot more practice. They're already warm from racing earlier today. In the previous hour, but some of them maybe I think some of them said that their fingers are hurting, so maybe towards the end their fatigue have started to set in towards the end of this FC2 race. We'll have to see, but it is entirely backwards. So the mental muscle memory is all but erased in this FC2 race.
To be honest, I feel lucky for I feel lucky for just commentating with you right now, Blue. This is this is probably better fate than having to drive this backwards.
Yeah, I do apologize to some of the drivers who may have practiced hours to race the normal race, who didn't make it the FC1 race. So I do apologize to those who maybe put in a few hours too many into the Red Bull Ring, and turns out that their practice time is basically irrelevant nowadays. But still, all in the sake of fun and chaos is what we do here in FT2. So we got to try some crazy stuff going on. You know, not afraid to try new things. And there goes 2-8 on a good lap. Of course, the track, it looks exactly the same. There's a few soda cans that have been added, specifically on turn 2. And I think turn 1. There's a soda can. I wonder if it's to block people. Yeah, I think it's to block people from absolutely just jumping through the track. Is my feeling, jumping over the corner.
Because we did see someone earlier just absolutely skip the entire apex, and now there's a humongous Red Bull can. That's I think Satomni placed it there. There's another Red Bull can at the start of the TT spot. Seems like it's gonna be a wall tap.
Perhaps so. I mean, the curb is extended right there, so I feel people might try wall tapping that if they can't jump the corner, which has been fixed, by the way. Yeah, and there goes Italian name trying to make that wall tap. Unfortunately, he missed a little bit, but Chad Bonagese is here. He's back after a couple of years of not racing with a new computer, so he's back ice boat racing. He already says he thinks it's easier racing this backwards. Now, I can't say much because I haven't done it backwards.
Maybe I mean maybe it's easier if you haven't really practiced Red Bull Ring a lot, like the regular track.
I mean, we have to think because, you know, turns like turn 3 here was difficult because you couldn't really see the exit the corner, and there's a lot of, yeah, there's a lot of weird things going on with the entrance to turn 3. But now that it's backwards, there's a lot more
Oh, it's a
packed ice.
lot more
People have
visible.
time, and you could jump the corner right here. I think that was Killer's. No, it's Midnight. Excuse me. Who tried jumping the corner in between this Red Bull can and this little table, I guess. I don't know. Whatever that's doing there. And some people, Sandoris looks like he's not trying to cut. Looks like some people go way too wide there, but people are figuring it out. And I think it's because the tuning is based on, you know, maximizing the exit speed of turns taking the track normally. But this time around, there's someone trying to take the turn normally. Maybe it's a little bit easier. And I think turn 1 might be with his wall tap here, might make it a lot easier. I think we have a little bit of delay for the race start, but it has been updated just now. You probably just saw it. The boss bar at the top starts soon.
Yep.
So we should be getting ready to go. Qualifying will be absolutely interesting. But yeah, a lot of people on. How many people we got? Event info, FC2.
Yeah, we got the last sign
25.
for anyone who's missed it.
So we have 88 people signed up, which is actually crazy. I think that's become our new standard for FC2. There's over 80 people. So they'll get queued up to start their qualifying lap. I believe we'll have around 7 or so minutes. The fastest time gets, of course, gets set on the front row of the grid, which is really important in FC2. As the start of the race, if you have a clean start, then there is going to be no back markers for at least 2 laps. With those who start near the back, might be a different story.
I don't know. We've seen lots of cases where we have back markers on lap 2 immediately, and especially in this season FC2.
Yeah, and if you remember, if you've been around since 2023, Red Bull Ring used to be the shortest track on the calendar. It used to be very, very short. It was flat and small, and it was quickly known as the track where you run into back markers. Even in FC1, we had problems running into back markers. But since we've updated to the Build the Earth version, it's become less of an issue, and now the track's being... well, actually, let's see what the time is on reverse.
It's a little longer.
Is it a little longer? Yeah, it is. Well, no, it's a little shorter. The fastest time is a 1:31.1, where I think the fastest times, the normal version is a 1:32.2, I think.
I just set a lap for second place.
Oh, you setting laps right now? Oh, this guy.
I
Always
just
a
did it
racer.
first try. I just did it first try.
Well, there you go. Renocas is back. He hasn't raced an FC2 race in forever, but he's back. He's gonna try and make some progress here. I'm curious to see what he does with, you know, his idea of FC2 being from a simpler time. Nowadays, FC2 is insanely packed with tons of drivers, and see if people like Renault, people like Chad Bonagis are able to keep up with this insane new format. Or it's not really a different format, it's more of just a different play style, you know, of how to drive FC2 is so different than any other league. Let's see if those can adapt quickly and learn how to manage all these drivers, so many of them getting through this track.
Super chaotic every race. Could even compare it to BCC. That'll be coming up this summer, I think.
Yep. This time he says he's ready. Go. Yes, BCC. We're playing on around August 17th is the planned day. We're not going to talk too much about that event because obviously there's more important things, you know, happening in just a few minutes. But keep the date open if you can. August 17th is the BCC event, which will have well, more so than just 80 drivers. I think the goal is around 200 for BCC.
Oh.
So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. I think we're about ready to start. There we go. And we can see them all lined up here. The little, the Neapolitan ice cream is like we could call it. The the oars right here all transforming. Not as many cherry boats. I think there's only one in there. I don't know whose it is, but only one cherry boat making up the strawberry ice cream in the Neapolitan. And yeah, they're all setting up. They've got 10 minutes, which is a little bit longer than I think than we usually do, which is fine because I think these drivers are going to want that little extra bit of practice. The fastest times, of course, will set the grid order for the start of the race. And you, like I said earlier, you do not want to start before the entrance of turn 1 because you got a lot of chaos to get through before you get any sort of clean air.
Yeah, 91 drivers signed in for this race. This is insane. We got Kazin who set the fastest practice lap, and Kirilo right with him. He drove an FC1 earlier, and Sandoros, Amtrox, Sharfy, Efra, Ferrari next Simon. We have a few FC1 drivers here, and then there's Soda Soaker or Sofa
Soaker. Yeah, he's a new name, but we'll see what he can do.
Oh my goodness, I think I'm lagging.
Yeah, there's a little bit of lag with all these entities crammed together. There's an announcement made. Looks like if you're version 1.21.3 or higher, we ask that you play in an oak boat. And I think that has to do with some bug with timing system not recognizing different types of boats. For whatever reason, the oak boat is what?
I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh!
Anyway, well, so many people went flying off.
Yes, I believe it's because we have. It's going to take you 90 clicks at Tommy to break that boat. I don't think it's not going to be an issue, considering quality starts. But I think everyone else is just huddling around the TT spot, and of course with a new track like this, there's a little bit of an issue. So. Literally, this track is fresh off the print. So Tommy said he was finishing the track 10 minutes before the FC1 race started, which means he has had very little time to finish it all. There we go. I briefly saw no boats. Now every boat is there, and there's a lot more oak boats, as you can see. So people very kindly switching their color to the oak boat to prevent any sort of timing issue.
Oh my goodness, we got some energy going on in the chat about Forza Fish Rally, run by the driver Fuzzy Gamer.
Yep, they're on their second race, I believe, as a team. They're pretty okay. They're first.
They're all right. They did they did score their first points on their very first race. So I wonder how they're gonna do now that some FC1 drivers have pulled up to this race, including those two guys.
I think Tommy is gonna let him in.
Yeah, they said FC1 drivers can race.
All right, well, we'll roll with it. I guess TDG is allowed to race.
TDG's in here, and we got Kazin who killed was in the FC1 as well. Next Simon was there, Soda Soaker as well. Even having Makuzin in this race is it's crazy news.
Oh, TDG just replied to me. He just messaged me. He says, "I'm just qualifying." He just wants to try qualifying. Okay, well, here we go. Qualifying is underway, and
here we go down the straight. Just Baz lost his boat once again. What is going on? And we got a humongous blob. Someone got a really big head start, but we can see in the front of the pack we have Makuzin.
Makuzin's gonna show us with a 360.
What in the world, Makuzin? He's doing a 360, but then lots of people messed up. Kirilo is going to be leading again. Ferrari F15, it's Yazar. A BWC Rookie League drivers also showed up for this race. Just interesting.
Now remember, drivers cannot see each other. They can only see the open road. But we can see everybody else. And there's Makuzin. Is he 360ing every race, every turn? Hold on. Keep an eye for Makuzin. I think he just did it again.
Yeah, Makuzin.
Watch him going in. No, he didn't do that turn. Okay, I was curious.
Probably not this corner. Probably the heavy turns.
But Soda's on the one. Soda Soaker and, well, the Sofa Soaker.
What in the world? We got Soda Soaker and Sofa Soaker dueling it out here on the very first lap. We even have the championship leader, Demonatic, getting in the top 3 as well with 56 Faxio here as well. One of the new drivers, 56 Faxio. He's a rookie, but he's been doing really well recently as well.
So down turn 3, a few people going a little too wide, but Soda nails it.
Here we go. Soda Soaker just leads the charge downhill, going towards the last corner. Sofa Soaker is right behind him as well. Seems like Soda is
Oh, is he
beating
slowing
his
down?
Soda's beating his evil clone at the moment. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh,
not
but Soda
quite there.
Grapes, and now Sofa Soaker is gonna be leading into the very end of the first lap. Sofa Soaker sets a 1:31.35. Sharpie is the one in second. Hockey Fan, the man who's grinded 6 hours in the original track,
And
still gets third place.
Renokaz is there.
Prize P4 for Renokaz. He's still not washed. He is back on the track
Never
after saying
washed
winning is
Reno.
boring. Yeah.
He can hop back on and be at peak level whenever he wants. The guy is
As
quick.
Exactly. He said he quit bow racing competitively because he got bored apparently.
Yeah. He said he got bored of winning, according to his interview with with New Kiddo. But anyway, back to racing. There's Zinzum. He's trying to find a better time. He's not even in our top 50. He's 7th right now. Silva Soaker.
Improvement right now. I think Zine currently is in P7 at the moment with a half a second of improvement coming in right now, going down the last sector, and we're gonna be going downhill all the way to the finish line. Sofa Soaker is up 2/10 on his time. He's still gonna improve his time. Who is this guy?
I wonder if anyone's gonna break 130. 131, I'm sorry. Get into the 130 times. Because Sofa Soaker, really whoever it is on pace to do exactly that. Good wall tap there.
Oh, Zinzum messed up the wall tap. His 1 second improvement goes down to 0.7, unfortunately. The 56 Factio moves up all the way to third place. A TTG beats Sofa Soaker by 1 tick.
131.3.
FC1 rookie, but Makuzen strikes back. 131.05. It is 2,500 faster than TTG, and Makuzen. Makuzen
quick.
is the Unk of bow racing. proving why he was the best before.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't see briefly, we saw that Sofa Soaker he was on pace to actually maybe break that 131 time, but something happened that last turn that let him fall all the way down and not even improve at all. There he is right there. He's on another improvement by 2/10, so he is back on pace for that 4/10 now. This is the fastest time on track if he holds on to it.
All he needs to do is hold on to this lap, and he's just breezing into pole position.
He's going so fast down the straight, so we can't even keep up very well.
Sofa Soaker is going downhill now. Let's see if he can nail the wall tap on the Red Bull can.
Are you sure it's not 2818?
I don't know. 2818 is on right now. Sofa Soaker's gonna go for the wall tap.
Oh,
and there we go.
I think that worked really well.
And he is gonna breeze into the 130s. 130.65. Sofa Soaker and Makuzen left right after.
Yeah. Demolishes the time. Holy cow, that's 4/10 faster than Makuzen, 6/10 faster than TDG. This is the fastest we've seen.
Absolutely blazing lap here by Sofa Soaker, whoever that guy is, and I don't know if anyone is gonna be able to answer that time. We have 5 minutes to go in qualifying. Zinjum just messed up his lap. He'd probably been this lap.
Yeah, Renault's behind him. He's on 5/10. He's currently in 8th position. He's a second behind that crazy Sofa Soaker lap. But it could all change.
If he sticks this line, he can move all the way up ahead of Sharfie. Maybe TTG even.
Because Zinhu's on a good lap as well. He's not. I don't see him on the top 15 leaderboard there.
Let's see. We even got we have a big train here as well with some of the top FC2 drivers that we've seen before. We have Kazinhu, Elsako, Mopeki, Demonatic, not Killer Low, he's in FC1. Ferrari 15, Midnight, Lursikala, Doska, and then there's TGG right behind them trying to set the best lap he can. Here I kind of want to watch this entire train finish their lap, see what improvements they can get, and a lot of them are being mentioned here in the top 15 visible leaderboard here.
But here they go. They're coming in now. So that blocks up. Zine messes it up again. No luck for him on that wall tap.
Renokaz is on a good improvement. 3/10 for him.
Demonatic goes up to 3rd.
Championship leader goes up to 3rd place, and then TG is up in the fourth. Kazinhu improves to fifth. JH dashes in sixth. Renault sixth to seventh place. Sharfie's in eighth. Mopeki is in ninth.
Yeah,
And
Sharpie's
I don't
probably pretty confused because he just he was just fourth. He jumps in one blink of an eye. He jumps all the way down to eighth, and he's probably sitting there like, man, what happened?
Oh, I think he's gonna try and respond to that now. He's 2/10 up on his time. He could beat JH Dash if he keeps his pace up. There you go. He's up on Kazinhu's time, and we're gonna. Here we go down to the second sector. There's quite a tricky hairpin here on onto what originally was turn 4. See how he takes it. He's gonna get a clean and tidy line and get a good exit. He loses a bit of time though, just a tick.
Yeah, he's still on a good lap though. He's trying to get his way. Renault Cause is the one he's looking to beat right now. JH Dash is also up there. I mean, honestly, any tick is so worth it here on this track.
Oh,
you mentioned
really wide on the exit there. He loses a bit of speed. I don't know if he's gonna keep his improvement up right now.
Oh, shame for him. That's 4. He's now down 4/10. It's not going to be it. Not on this lap.
I want to see if anyone else is improving.
He's going to have 2 more laps though.
Someone who is improving though is Oni Dallas. Oni Dallas is not in the top 15 right now. Zinzoom just got up here, but he doesn't have an improvement. Lord Sikalis on a good improvement though. He's 1 second up on his time, and he will set a 1:32.4.
There you go, Lars.
Not quite really that not quite close to the top 15 yet. Hockey Fan is in P15. The solo driver is doing whatever he can, but he's still a second down on Sofa Soaker's blasting time.
Yeah, Hockey Fan's the one driver in the top probably 20 or so drivers in the championship who still hasn't signed to a team and doesn't ever plan to.
5. He's in the top 5. He's in 5th right now.
Yeah, so it's interesting how he chooses to race only for himself and just himself. Plenty of teams. He said that every team have asked Hockey to race for them, and he said no to everybody. So Hockey has no intentions of signing to a team. But there he is, 15th right now.
The funny thing is that Hockey Fan alone is already beating the entire team of the Welcomers.
Yeah, Welcomers.
170 points for them. Hockey Fan is about 90 points ahead. Yeah, 167 points for Hockey.
Oh, he goes a little wide there. That's not going to be it for Hockey, unfortunately. Yeah, just about every turn of these has to be so perfect if you want to improve your time.
Oh, there's under a minute to go now in this qualifying heat. People have to cross the finish line if they want to get a chance to set a faster lap. Kirilo with a beautiful wall tap for himself.
Oh, Sofa Soaker. We haven't talked about him earlier, but he just improved again. That's a 1:34.50.
What in the world is Sofa Soaker doing?
El Saco de Papas moves up to second.
El Saco from third. He's in third place, going up to second place. He's in third place in the championship, going up to second place in this qualifying heat. Still half a second behind Sofa Soaker. Where's he fighting all this time?
I'm not too sure. Let's take a look. We saw him earlier. He stopped. He's not doing another lap. Maybe he bailed or something. And he's just going to wait out his last lap. So no more improvements in Sofa Soaker. Can anyone muster up 5/10?
I can even see the Super Weasel just noticing Sofa Soaker's times. As he says GG, not saying he doesn't have a chance to get it to even remotely close to Sofa Soaker's time.
Oh, Asprey just moved up to 5th.
In the Asprey? We haven't seen him at all in FC2 before. Asprey, I think he's been driving in Formula Apex from Stoneworks, and right now he's just showing up to his very first FC2 race. He has experience in his racing career. He moves up to 5th place just to take behind Demonatic, ahead of Sharfie and TDG.
I'm keeping an eye on TDG right now. He's up 4/10. He's currently sitting 7th with 8/10 behind the leader. So if he gets, I doubt he's gonna get. Oh, he loses a lot in turn 3 there.
Here we go. Demonatic is on a good lap. Oh, no. Demonatic's on a good lap. He's 0.35 up. Maybe he can beat Makusa and El Saco de Papas. Yes, you will, by 1/10. That is a fast lap by Demonatic, but not fast enough for Paul. But at least he gets into the front row. And now TDG improves by 3/10. That's gonna
Martinez, though, comes up. 6th place.
6th place. There we go. And Sandors improves as well. Sandors is not quite there yet either.
And quickly, Asprey's very fast lap has moved him down to 7th. So it's so volatile, these changes every lap. You don't know really where they're gonna end up. You just have to keep pushing for faster and faster laps. Because if you
I don't
don't,
know.
things like that can happen where you go from fourth to seventh.
Not
It's
many people are improving now. I don't think anyone's gonna be setting an improvement lap.
well. What a crazy qualifying. We had plenty of extra time to do it. Larry's is saying Sofa Sucker is a 100% blip dash. He's looking for names for his alt account a long time ago, and this is the alt. So he's saying it's blip. I buy it.
That might be a big possibility. Yeah, Blip is an extremely talented driver. We've seen him win in FC1 in Barcelona. I think was it FC1? Did he win or did he podium? But he's he started from all the way in the back in FC1 and got a really good position. I think he should be in the possibly top 5 boat races like in the world right now.
Yeah, he's definitely on pace. We're gonna open up the poll again, just like usual. FC2, we have a little poll, and you guys can guess who do you think is gonna win this. We based it on 2 drivers per position. I have added Sofa Soaker or Soda Soaker, who purposely bombs his qualifying areas. He's 84th, so he purposely went to the very back. But TG Makuzen are not gonna be racing, so we have excluded them from the guesses there. So gives a chance for people to vote for Asprey, which has had a great qualifying. Looks like a lot of people are thinking Sofa Soaker is going to win this one.
Yeah, 62% on Sofa Soaker. And what time are you gonna be getting on with it?
I'm not sure. It's up to race control when they're gonna start this. Sofa Soaker's gonna get bumped. It's the traditional thing of Soda Suckers get bumped. So I wonder if his cosplayer, I don't know what you would call it, his whatever. I'm not sure.
Evil clone.
His evil clone, perhaps, is gonna take
Soda
this one away. I would. It's Blip
What
is
the heck?
Hmm.
Why are people spamming me? Why are people spamming me in whispers? What is going on?
I'm not sure. Well, I don't know if you saw it, but the boss bar came up that said message oinked, and I don't know if you saw that, but yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I did
well,
not see the
yeah,
boss bar.
a little boss bar came up and
What?
told everyone to message
spamming me.
you.
I'm so confused.
All right, well, let's run through the front of this order. We're gonna remove the 2 fourth and fifth TDG and Makuzen from the grid in just a minute.
Yeah. Hell, move Martin or Asprey up. Martin, who has a 100% podium rate here in FC2, he didn't show up to many races since he's driving as a main driver at FC1 now. But he's
Yeah. Well, let's
very
go through
good.
the order. Let's go through the order now. It's fixed. Sofa Soaker will lead us off into turn 10, weirdly enough. Demoniac is on, of course, alongside, fighting for that championship. Mike gets points stolen away from Sofa. El Saga de Papas is in third. Martinez in fourth. Asprey looking to make huge moves here for their few appearances so far. Sharpie up there. He's getting really good recently. Gazinhu, not the greatest run from him. 7th, his starting position. Killer Low is here. He's going to start 8th at JH Dash. Reno Cost is back for another FC2 race. He's starting P10. Midnight is here. He's starting for P11th. Mopeki, 56 Foxio, Anthrox, Gamer Live, Hockey Fan, Mario 15, Nearmed Windows, Iconos, Terraformer, Zine Zoom, Larry Sakalas, Andorra, Sunny Dallas, Crumb Cat, Unstoppable E, Track, Kane, Adam's Apple, Teddy's Happy, Fiki, Dogska, It's Your Czar, Just Spats, Big Abe, Next Simon, Skippy Toilet, Drifty Duck, Mac Deer, Chad Bonnie, Shuttleman, Yesig, Ashrin, Efra Killer's in, Fuzzy Gamer, Blitter Matty, and Blorky and PT Fusion make up your top 50. We're going to go through the rest of them just so you can see. There's Blim Blim, see Super Weasel, Cactus, Italian named Allied Galaxy, Blazer.
Oh, Soda Soaker is in last place. Soda Soaker just absolutely bombed this qualifying to start in last again, as usual.
As usual. And he's starting P82, 81 now. as we remove some of the drivers who seem to have empty grid spots. But a large grid as usual here in FC2, and we're starting in Austria in just a few minutes here. 13 laps, 2 pit stops to make through. And, well, a completely reverse... Is this a reverse grid? I guess you can consider it kind of a reverse grid, but they're also driving in reverse. So, make it a bit as you will, but they're going to go into turn 10 is the first stop in this race. And, well, we're going to get things going in just a few minutes here. They are required to do 2 pit stops during this race, which means going through the pit lane. Some of them have tried skipping over the wall, which has been patched. But yes, you still go through the pit lane. Even the pit lane is backwards, so they'll figure that one out. And the exits, of course, exiting out at right before turn 9. We'll see who is able to adapt. We've seen lots of time to practice. Those 10 minutes in qualifying were super important to a lot of drivers, getting used to how this track runs, how to find pace, where to overtake people. And so hopefully those who adapt to through those 10 minutes are going to be the ones who are going to end up higher up than they usually are.
We have Lurs hoping that Soda beats his imposter.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention, there is another team that has been added since the last race. That is Pelican Racing, who have been added. They have quite a few drivers. I can't really exactly name them, but
they showed up during FC1 actually. They were backmarking sometimes, but we're gonna have to see how they do compared to the rest of the FC2 drivers.
I believe
Obviously,
most of them are all in a light blue. I believe Track is one of them.
Yeah, they have the same skin. Yeah, Track, who has lots of practice on the original Austria race, has it on. And
Teddy is happy back there on the new team. Hopefully they can earn some points for their first race ever. They're going to be in a battle with Slater and Fishari, I feel, because they joined just one race off from each other. So they may not ever reach the top point earning positions because they've already missed the first 10 races of the season. But still, there's plenty to try and pass with that disadvantage. We'll see what they can do for their first race here in Austria. I'm just wondering when we're getting ready to go. I'm waiting for a response from Race Control Satemni to get us going. He says, finally.
Yeah.
I think we're about ready to go.
And
Sofa Soaker, whoever it is, goes silent through the /alt check. He will lead us off, whether he's a Blip-28 or anybody else. He's definitely an alt, I would say. But we'll see what he can do compared to the championship leader, Demonatic, and of course the second place position, El Soccer de Papas.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And
here we go into the Australian Grand Prix.
Austrian Grand Prix, of course.
Not Australia, I'm sorry. Anyway, Demonatic is leading. He got a really good start on the straight here over Sofa Soaker. But then, can he keep it into the first quarter? I think he will. Demonatic, our championship leader, has a super good start. Martinitas, El Soccer de Papas are also trying to challenge him at the moment.
Yeah, and 4 drivers all battling for that first position. See the rest of the carnage through turns 9 and 10 right now. You can see all the drivers. There's Adam getting bumped. Let's go into the pit lane there. Kazinhu fighting his way through. Not a good start from him. There's Soda starting from 80th. He's now in 50th or so. Diamond Swishy,
we even got a 5-way tandem here. Oh, it seemed like Martinitas got bumped there and got pushed out of the tandem battle for first place. Demonatic got an extremely good start with Sofa Soaker trying to put the pressure on him.
El gets bumped.
Papas gets bummed now. Sharfy is going to try and challenge him for third place. Here we go into the really long straight. What used to be the third straight is now the first. It's gonna be a big braking zone here for the SF2 drivers. Let's see how they take it. El Soccer dives into it. Seems like JH tried to dive in. That was JH. Gabriel Live goes through as well and tries to overtake JH. I think he's in tandem successfully. And who got bumped? Killerlaw and Paxio got bumped. Ouch. I don't know what happened there.
Well, it's quickly turned into a duel. Sofa Soaker, though, has gone to the pits. There he is right there. Of course, that big man strat. Yeah. Yeah. You can see that coming once a driver is leading the race and they enter the pit. It's a terrible idea because you have clean air in front of you. But it's called the big man strat because it is a form of confidence, a form of ego to attempt to pit the front 2 laps, which puts you at a huge disadvantage, and then go show that you can still win the race. So that's what whoever Sofa Soaker is going to try and do. So that leaves Demonatic up on completely clean air, almost 2 seconds to the second driver, which right now is Sharfy, actually.
Someone I do like seeing is Midnight up into P4, getting so many positions from where he started. We didn't even see him or mention him in quali, but his start was so good. He moves up to P4 right ahead of JH, who's fighting with Zinzoom behind him. Martitus got bumped all the way down to 8th place, fighting with Crumbcat, his Alpig teammate, and Neverrad Windows.
Let's take a look at where Sofa Soaker ended up in that first pit, and you can see 30th or so, I think, is the position that he's in, 29th. And actually, he's got
right now with an extra pit over everyone else.
Yeah, he's actually got kind of clean air for the moment, but it's going to quickly disappear coming out of turn 4.
Vicky got bumped. Seems like Vicky also got bumped. Where's Sofa Soaker? He gets bumped by Vicky. Bad bump for Sofa Soaker.
Yeah, he's got to be careful here. There's going to be plenty of drivers.
He bumps everyone now. He bumps other people. Demonatic has just set the fastest lap at a 1:31 flat. That is better than his qualifying time.
Yeah, Demonatic's on a tear right now. He's taking a big advantage over that clean air that he has since Sofa Soaker pit.
Lapping Blazer into the second corner. Seems like the server's lagging a tiny bit. The TPS has dropped down by 2.
Yeah, that's going to impact people overtaking, and it's going to boost people who don't have to worry about drivers in front. That is, of course, the guy's still in the lead, Demonatic.
Yep, this is a blessing for Demonatic. He doesn't have to deal with any backmarkers yet, and is still very early in the race. He can increase that gap to Sharfy all the way up to 3 seconds now. And I think El Saco is also dealing with his own drivers. Zinzoom has moved all the way up as well.
Yeah, they are actually getting their way through some slower drivers already, though. Sharfy is currently passing Blazer out through turn 4.
The TPS is dropping.
Yeah, it's going down to 16 right now, so we'll see who can adapt to this. Who's gonna...
Oh my goodness, this is slag. This is probably the gimmick of this FC2 race. The main
Well, if there
gimmick.
wasn't a big enough gimmick already. Yeah, so people are gonna have to start struggling here. Hopefully Chunks will stay loaded.
Someone unfortunately disconnected. Balbino05. 14 TPS. Demonatic is still setting his blazing pace right now. He's still in the lead, starting lap 4 now, and
yeah, trying to stay alongside him, but it's taking its time to try and stay with them. I'm not really sure what's going on. There you go. I think it's caught up a little bit, but
impacting him. We got a lot of people pitting there. I think pitting wasn't gonna be a really bad move since everyone's lagging and slowing down, and just kind of like a virtual safety car in F1. Otherwise, I can see Demonatic catching up to a driver named Cactus and the French Greg, who are probably going to be the first backmarkers he's going to encounter.
He's already passed, I believe, Blazer and somebody else. So, but I think these will be more of a challenge. The French Greg is a known driver, wherever he is. There he is.
The French Greg is on the straight now.
Yeah, and it's not like he's terrible, right? He's not a bad driver. He's just in a different position. He's already used his first pit on the first lap there, French Greg. So
my goodness, my entity rendering is so bad right now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you. So
Demonatic, I can see Demonatic just getting past another backmarker spooping, and he has lost a second to Sharfy there. Maybe he got affected there on the braking zone. Nope, never mind. He gained it all back.
They were. Oh, that's not.
It's not slowing down at all for anyone. And where is he at the moment?
Yeah, Demonatic's off on his own world right now, 5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field so far. But Sofa Soaker is kind of in a similar position actually, with both pits done. We thought it was going to be a big man strat, and it absolutely is. The front 2 laps have been completely pitted for Sofa. He's finding himself in 34th with 2 pit stops. We'll see if he can enter that top 15 before the end of this race.
I'm watching a triple lag battle going on between Sharfy, Ferrari 15, F15, and Crumbcat, I think. Crumbcat just getting past this entire train, passing Cactus. Lursical is also getting in the mix, getting more positions for himself. I think Lursis has done 2 pits, no? Yeah, he has
I
done
would
2
hope
pits.
so.
He's being lapped by this
Sharpie
group.
gets bumped though, I believe. Yep, there he is down the straight. He's gonna get passed by Martin and Zine. So that's gonna be 2 positions dropped for him. Midnight's now on his tail too. Oh, there's a little bit more lag going through.
A little laggy for Midnight. He's going wide to try and avoid Zine Zoom and Martin. Seems like Martin is dueling JH Dash right now. Here, going down, and Crumbcat got bumped somehow. Crumbcat has lost so much time after passing everyone in front of him. Demonatic with an 11-second gap to JH Dash, who sits in second place, fighting with Martinitas.
Yeah, there you go. Duel between those two for P2. It's you just have to believe they're battling. I can't see them right now, but there's somebody. There's Midnight actually.
Whoa, what a send by JH. But I think Martin has a little bit more exit speed. They have Cactus in the mix as well. They both got past his Ghost. Now going down to the last corner, they're speeding up all the way towards the Red Bull can at the end. Who will take the lead here amongst the two of them to take second place and try to catch even? They both get a good wall tap. JH Dash gets a bit more exit speed than Martin. He's only a few blocks ahead. Now going down at turn 1 on lap 6. I think Demonatic seems unbothered. Wait, never mind. He just lost a second.
Gosh.
Wait, he lost a second to JH Dash.
Come on.
I don't know what Demon is dealing with. Maybe he's dealing with backmarkers. Yep, there's Smack Do who he just passed, but I guess he did lose a second. He's going to start losing more time if he meets more backmarkers. Demonatic has Martin and JH Dash 10 seconds behind him, who are dealing with the same backmarkers now.
Yeah, so we're gonna transition to maybe using more of the spectate, because it's really hard to stay in line with the 3-chunk render distance is currently what it's at. So we're gonna try and use spectating more so you can see more of the action, because otherwise it's really hard to keep real close to them. But you can see this is Martin's POV. He just got passed by JH Dash, who's right ahead of him into turn 4. He's got a few back markers. Looks like he gets bumped. JH Dash does as well. So they're gonna try and
come here instead, Blue. There's a 4-way battle here. Zine Zoom, Crumbcat, and Sharpfeet with Midnight right behind them. Seems like Martinitas gets bumped as well on the straight, and it loses so much time. Martin's gonna get passed by Midnight, and we have 4 people in tandem, well, including a backmarker. He goes super wide, and there's another tandem behind them. It's between Midnight and JH Dash. Here, Crumbcat, who has podium in the FC1 race, is now battling.
oh, watch out! There's a backmarker. 3 of them get bumped. That's Scene, Sharpie, and Crumb, who all got bumped by the same person, who's going a little bit too slow on the straight. Oh, there's Martin and Zine.
Is passed.
Oh, Zine's going for a pit, but he decides. Oh, Martinez does as well, but he gets past. Zine's had a terrible entrance there, and look at all 4 of them are in the pits. Martin, Zine, Midnight, Crumbcat are all going in.
An entire train trying to go into the pits. Crumbcat tried to jump over Midnight, but it didn't work. It didn't quite work the way he wanted to. Drifty Duck also went for a pit, and we have Midnight coming out of their pit stop. Let's see what else is happening. Martin is going to be exiting soon, and I want to see where he comes out. There's who's this? This is Resident.
Take a look at. I believe Gabriel Live and Kazinhu are in a little bit of a battle here. This is Gabriel Live's POV. Oh, maybe not. He's looking behind. I believe Kazinhu is right behind him.
Well, he's fighting a backmarker right now. Builder Matty, we haven't seen him at all.
Maybe not.
Boat racing before. Meecox is also in this in front of them too. And it seems like Gabriel. Oh, he just got past. Void is here. And I think Neverbrad Windows got unlucky with him. Mopeki's gonna get closer. Killer's also gonna get closer. And yeah, clearly overtaking Neverbrad Windows is now hunting down Gabriel Live with whatever pace he can manifest.
Yeah, right now. Of course, Kazinhu scripts in the exit. He goes way too wide there. You can kind of see him right on the exit. That's going to make Gabriel Live pass him down turn 3. And now he's going to start looking at, of course, these 2 are our teammates, I should mention. They're going to start looking at Sharpie ahead. But I think it's a pit is going to be made here for Gabriel Live. Yes, it is, although he does mess it up a little bit. So he's going to let Kazinhu, Killer pass. You can see Killer.
I don't even blame him. That's a very difficult pit entry. You're going down a really long straight downhill, and then you have to send a really good wall tap into the pit entry.
Well, here's Killer. He's entering into turn 9. Guess who shows it another Garana driver? That's Ear for MLG, but he seems to pass him as well as Bandamente.
I think these are Grana Junior racers here. Yeah, Bandiamente is racing for Grana Junior. Efra as well. They're both in the same team, trying to fend off Nemerad Windows right now. But I think he's in tandem with Efra.
I want to take a look at real quick because someone who we knew started from the very, very back has entered the fray. He's currently in 7th place, and that is, of course, the one and only, the real Soda Soaker.
Soda Soaker.
He's in 7th now. He's got a ways behind the 6th place rival. That is, of course, Nemard Windows.
Yes. Yeah, 13 seconds behind Nemerad Windows. Soda Soaker's known to have blazing pace, though. He's moved up so many positions, and maybe he can try and do what he can to score a top 15 here. And there we go. What the heck happened to Keller's in there? He probably lagged out and had to face the other way by accident. But Soda Soaker just flying past all these back markers. He's trying to catch up to Nemerad Windows with as much air as he can, but he gets bumped near the straight. That's a bad bump for Soda Soaker. He kills all the acceleration he had. And he has 4 more back markers to get past. Demonatic and Sharpie going to the pits together. Seems like Demonatic has done his pace stop first. Sharpie has not done it yet. We'll see him do it. 2.8 seconds for him.
We'll see where he ends up compared to the rest of the drivers. Unfortunately,
oh wait, no, Demon is still absolutely dominating the field right now. He is exiting the pits right now with a few back markers in front of them. In front of him, he might get bumped here. Yes,
he does.
Yep, he gets bumped, but then here comes 2 Degrana drivers. Meatcox gets ahead of him, but not his teammate. But Demonatic now facing anyone who can possibly slow him down. Sharpie just came out of the pits as well. Second place with 1 pit done. And we might see Sharpie score his very first podium as well. He's been behind Demonatic for a while. And he still is, but by 11 seconds.
Yeah, so Sharpie's in the realm of this one. He's got a lot of time to gap if he wants to try and take this win from Demonatic. Of course, Sofa Soaker has entered the top 15. You can see him in 13th with 2 pit stops. He's got a long ways to go if he wants to make this.
Oh, he just passed his twin. Soda Soaker got bummed, and now Sofa Soaker takes a position away from him with 2 extra pits over Soda Soaker. Soda Soaker has been getting really unlucky recently in this race, and so you can never count out Sofa Soaker this race. He is blazing past everyone after doing big man strat. Even if Demonatic did go for big man strat.
There's Gaber Live and Renocos. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Gaber Live. That's Bandimente. Totally thought that was Gaber. My bad. Although there is Gaber. Wait, no, that's not Gaber. That's Killer's in. Where is Gaber? It says he's right next to him. Whatever.
Gaber's on the last straight. I mean, on the second lap.
Forget about it. But Renocos there. He's in 10th right now. He's got 1 pit done, so he's not in the scope for podiums here, but you know, he can earn some good points if he keeps up this pace.
Here we go, another overtake for him as he gets a way better wall tap than the Super Weasel, who has 2 pits done. He's lapping him, and let's see, Kazin jumped to the pits with Killer Law. We're gonna have some, I think, who's this? Blim exiting the pits. This is Meatcox in the pits as well, and
Keller's in.
Yeah, that's Keller's and not Killer Law.
Well, with Demonatic entering the pits, that does put JH Dash into the lead of this race. Of course, he's still got to do a pit later in this race. We added 2 extra laps. Earlier race control made a mention of adding 2 extra laps to compensate for the unfair lag, and I think it's just. It's a little strange to add more laps during a race. I don't think it's ever happened in FC2 before, but we'll take it because that means more racing action and more places to gain for those who have, maybe been treated unfairly.
There's JH Dash also getting a lot more XSP on another one of those back markers. It's Giddix. Giddix, a decently well-known racer in the community. I think he's IRL friends with. He raced in Double Down with Mopeki last week.
Yes.
And then JH Dash breezes past these 3 back markers. Let's see who else we can watch. Ferrari F15, who scored his first podium in Canada last race, is now fighting with Kazinhu, I think. Here we go, and someone got bumped there. I don't know who that is. Anthrox got past everyone. Vicky.
I think we're losing some chunks again. So I'm going to go back to these, unfortunately.
Oh, rip. For F15 did jump into the pits now with 56 Factio, Gamer Live, and Renocast. It's big traffic going on lap 11 in the pits at the moment, and some of the top drivers all decided to all go at the same time. Renocast, Soda Soaker, 56 Factio, Gamer Live, and Ferrari 15.
Renocast and Soda just overtook New Vok in the pit lane. Don't know how they're able to do that, but they actually absolutely did. Oh, you can see him throwing snowballs.
Renault's throwing snowballs at Soda Soaker. He's trying to sabotage him in his race.
What are you up to?
Renault,
he's immediately got the attention of race control. I just saw Zetemani's little name pop up.
You little sneaky little Renocast. You think?
Oh, so this is how you went off season, huh?
Think you can get away with his million subscribers? Anyway, he still does have two backmarkers who are battling in tandem ahead of him. This is probably compromising position Renault can be in.
Well, one of those is Gamer Live.
Migox is there as well. Renault has to dodge everyone. It seems like he gets past Builder Matty. Gamer Live is one of the people fighting. Soda Soaker gets bumped with Midnight together.
Big bump between those two. Yeah, he's fallen down the order a lot, considering he hasn't taken any more pits. He was in 7th earlier, but he's dropped all the way down to 20th.
He just did a pit, that's true. And Kirillol goes for his very last pit, I think. He just jumped into the pit entry. See if any notable battles can be mentioned.
A lot of chaos going through here right now in turn 3. That's Soda.
Wait a minute! I can see Adam and Terraformer jumping into pits together. What in the world? They were just in tandem. I think Adam just got bumped. That is unfortunate for Adam. And they're doing their very last pit from P11 and P10. Who else?
There you go. So people are getting their last pits in. We're coming up in the last couple laps here with that little bonus of 2 laps. We would be ending right about now, but we have not. As it allows JH more time to come out ahead without having to use any pits. But now he actually goes in right now. So JH was in this race. He's going to fall behind Demoniac and probably Sharpie too in this race as he enters the pits. But there he is.
I'm actually watching a duel between 2 FC2 race winners this season. Martinez and El Saco de Papas. And I think El Saco de Papas seems to be getting pushed wide by Martin as he had to deal with the backmarkers way more than Martin had to. But they're coming up to another one. Martin breezes past him as well. And El Saco gets bumped by him. That is bad for El Saco. He only has a pit as well. Martin is actually blazing past everyone. He's trying to catch up after that really bad start in lap 1. Now JH has to go for his first pit.
Yep. So I was talking to Papas. We mentioned him in qualifying. He's setting some crazy fast times. I believe he started in the front group or so, but he's fallen very far behind in this race. It must not have been a good start for him. And he's currently sitting 12 with a pit stop. So
wait, hold on. Where did Demon lose all his time? He's only 3 seconds ahead of Sharpie.
Oh.
Who is fighting with JH at the moment. He probably lost it all to this guy, Skibby Toiletta. Sopa Soaker just set a new fastest lap. That is faster than his qualifying lap already.
A 1:35 or 1:30.5, sorry. That's crazy fast. Definitely the fastest man on track now. So people like Demon and Sharpie have been probably notified of what just happened, which means Sofa Soaker is gonna try and find his way back from. He's currently 5th.
Demon's trying to do everything he can to push Sofa Soaker, who has done big man strat ever since the first and second lap of the race, and Sofa Soaker proving exactly why he gets to do big man strat. He is absolutely gapping everyone in this race.
We'll have to see if it ends up paying dividends. Demonac is now entering the pits. Oh, that is an interesting call for him. With 2 laps to go, he's gonna pit now and find out if he's really in front of Sofa Soaker or not. Because honestly, I don't think I know.
Keep an eye on Demonatic. I'm gonna be watching Sofa Soaker. He is currently on the straight before the Red Bull can.
Wait, Sharpie's in the pits as well.
And now he's getting around a few backmarkers, Fuzzy Gamer, and he's getting around Fuzzy Gamer and Resolute Clam. He gets a really good wall tap. He's on the back straight. He is blasting through now and going towards turn 1, crossing the finish line. Where is Demonatic? He's
He's
just
exiting
coming
the
out.
pits now. He's catching up
Coming
to
out pit.
speed.
There's
And
Sofa
guess
Soaker.
there's Sofa Soaker, the two
It is very close
leaders.
between the two of them. Here we go, Sofa Soaker with a lot more exit speed. Demonatic is going to be very close. He's going to be in tandem. Sofa Soaker has a lot more entry speed. I think Demonatic's actually going to have to let go.
He
And
does.
he does. He does. We have 2 more laps left in this race. Into lap 14. These are the 2 added laps ever since the laggy part of the race. Demonatic's just right behind Sofa Soaker, the guy with immense pace, but I think he'll be compromised having to deal with 3 different back markers in front of him.
Oh, he's got to
there
watch
goes
out
one
so
of them.
carefully. Shuttle Man
There goes one of
is
them. There goes
right
2 of
there.
them for Sofa Soaker. And now can he get past the last one? It seems like he's struggling to turn the boat, and he dive bombs on him. What a pass by him. Demonatic breezes past him just as easily. And a good send from the 2 of them. Demonatic is not done with this fight. JH Dash is right behind Demonatic as well, completing the podium. Nemerad Window still has yet to pit from the lead, but
That pushes Sharpie outside of the podium, actually, with JH Dash. So he's going to be looking to try and get those 3 seconds on JH Dash in his last 2 laps.
JH Dash has been recently cursed. He's been getting so many P4s recently, and maybe this will be the very first time JH can get his podium, but he gets bumped down, though. Sharpie's catching up a tiny bit. Where is Sofa Soaker? He is on the back straight now, crossing the line to start the very last lap. Demonatic is 1.65 seconds behind. 1 bump, just like last race, could end it all for either one of them.
We'll have to see what can happen.
And there we go, Demonatic trying to send it on him. I think, yes, he's being affected by the backmarker Giddix, and he's trying to get around him.
Oh, watch
There's
out!
no more space for him, and Demonatic gets bumped! Demonatic gets bumped! Whereas JH Dash, he will pass him. He has a lot more straight line speed than Demonatic right now, and he gets second place away from him. Sofa Soaker absolutely sending every overtake he can to make sure Demonatic doesn't overtake him. What a performance we've seen from him.
Down to the very last little bit. You can see even Shuttleman is still keeping up with these 2. Good work for him on this last lap.
What is going on? Did we even have the top 5 currently fighting the entire lap now? The top 6 even. Sofa Soaker did lose a bit of time there. Where did he lose time? I'm not sure. Sofa Soaker is right behind Giddix. He's not even safe yet from JH Dash. Will it be a win for Sofa Soaker or JH Dash? Maybe even I could sneak in an overtake. But now we're going to the last sector.
All he has to do is just stay on track and do not get bumped. And he's got this in his hand. He knows what he's doing. I think he's got this one, unless some tragic event happens on this back straight here.
No, I don't think so. Sofa Soaker has a clear path ahead of him. He just has 1 wall tap to do. And will he make it? Yes, he will. There you go, into the back straight, crossing the finish line to win the Austrian Grand Prix. And JH Dash with his very first podium, with Demonatic coming in 3rd. What a performance he said. Crazy action all the way to the finish. And we got Ferrari F15 and P5, P6 for Sharpie, Martin and P7. And we got a Simply Lovely from Sofa Soaker.
Holy cow. We could go in depth over when Demonatic chooses to pit. He had an extra lap to go before he wanted to pit if he chose to, but he believed he was in front, and unfortunately, it wasn't. He was so close behind him. I wonder if things were different if he pit on the last lap or even a lap earlier.
Oh my goodness.
Well, the rest of them going through, there's Hockey Fan, P14, Osaka Papa's P15.
Osaka is clearly unhappy with that. Oh my goodness, photo finish between Terraformer and Adam Sapos, or very close. And oh my goodness, even closer finish between the 3 who just finished P19, 20, and 21. 22, 23 for 56 Faxio. And Janos is asking for a donation of a PC.
And there's the real soda, 24.
He started in last place. He did gain about 50 something positions though. Here we go, Asher Chen in P26, 27 for Asprey, who got a really good qualifying, not necessarily a lucky race for him. But then let's see, who's in P28 is Blorky. We haven't seen Blorky much, but he does score his, one of his first points in FC2. 31st for Shuttleman. And we have 9 more.
Somebody's lagging on the straight. That's Anthrax, who can't finish his last lap. He's losing more and
Oh,
more
that is
positions.
unfortunate. Anthrax on the very last lap on the
No,
straight.
he's like
And Fuzzy
20
Gamer got
meters
bumped. He
away.
lost another position. Fuzzy Gamer lost a position after getting bumped by Anthrax. Oh, that is unlucky.
Oh, and
The
Anthrax
epic
gets
egg.
disconnected too.
37.
You'd see it his feet away from the finish line. But it's sad.
Here you go, Fema 123. And we have 2 more spots to get points here. Who will score 2 points? It'll be Kurt Rain. And P40 goes to Martinez. No one else can score points. I think this is a good time we can to set a timer for people to finish the race.
Yep. And with some unfortunate lag that it's always unpredictable, and it's a battle that server owners always have to deal with, especially when we always have 80 drivers in this league. No other league comes close to it. So it's bound to happen.
Demonic just disconnected after that unfortunate series of events in the last 2 laps for him. Congratulations to JH Dash for getting his first podium as well. Kazinu getting so close to his first podium, getting P4. For F15 making up another position on the last lap as Sharfy lost position all the way to P6.
Yeah, that was in Sharpie's hand to get P3, but unfortunately, the end of the second half of this race didn't favor him too much. He's going to move down to 6. Still good points for him, of course. But the podium was there, which has been stolen by Sofa Soaker, JH Dash, and Demonatic.
8 seconds ahead of Zine Zoom is Martin, and Zine just had a photo finish with Nemerad Windows, just beating him by a tick, and with Gabriel Live completing the top 10. So, who is Demonatic driving for again? I think it's Midnight, right?
Yes, he does drive for Midnight. He's like the sole provider. Although Midnight has been showing up to the last 2 races. I believe he showed up for this one as well.
Oh, he just showed up for this one. Yep, he got P13 for himself and the team. And Zine Zoom also raced today as well for Pit Night.
Yeah, so there were some good points today, actually. Those.
I don't know who scored the most points though. Who is JH racing with?
Oh.
He's racing with Massey Ferguson.
There you go. One of the smaller teams, but they'll earn some good points, actually, with second place for a JH Dash.
He's in P6. They're in P6 right now, yeah, overall.
I think the team that's going to be hurting the most, though, is actually the second place. IKEA Racing has Osako in 15th. Normally a podium finishing position for Osako, but it's not in the cards today. 15th is all he will get. With, I believe his teammates. Is Sharpie his teammate? I believe so. So many names.
Maybe Osako's used up all his luck in Monaco.
Perhaps.
Yeah. After getting an extremely dominant race on Monaco, he hasn't won since, and only second place last race in Canada.
All right, well, let's give everyone the snowballs. Get the snowball 100. There you go. Everyone have some snowballs. Let's celebrate your championship winners. Sofa Soaker, Demonatic, and JH Dash are your 3 on top of the Austrian podium here in the Red Bull Ring. Fight to the very end, even if they weren't on track next to each other the whole time. But it was so tooth and nail. And I think if Demonatic knew how close it was the entire race, he would have pushed that little extra inch to stay ahead on that last lap. Wow, what a close battle. Anyone could have won this one, although Sofa, Demonatic, and JH Dash were definitely the favorites there. Sharpie was up there as well for a little bit, but he's been stolen away by Kazinu for I-15 in 4th and 5th. Martin is in 7th, Zine in 8th, near Red Windows in 9th. Good position for him finally. He's had plenty of good practice times, and I think that may have been his best finish yet. Gabriel Live 10th, not the favorite track for him, it seems. Killer Lil in 11th. Renault Cost is back with the 12th position. Midnight in 13th. Of course, the driver from New Zealand. Hockey Fan, the sole driver who doesn't seem to want to sign with a team. He's at 14th, and the IKEA flagship driver, El Papas, is making up your top 15. I hope you enjoyed the Austrian Grand Prix here in the Red Bull Ring. We'll be back for, I believe, in 2 weeks' time for the British Grand Prix. It's a favorite by many. And I do want to apologize before we do before we do wrap up the stream and control things a little bit later down the line, I do want to say it is hard to run a server like this with this many people on it. I mean, 80 people plus the however many are on the normal Prostex one, which right now is up to 95 after plenty of people have disconnected. So having 100 people on the server at the same time is no easy feat, and there are sacrifices that need to be made in order to have fair and fun racing, and that does sometimes mean lowering the render distance of entities where you can't see drivers as easily. To those who say there are other servers who do it better, I say they haven't had a 100-player race, have they? So it is tough. Please be thankful to your race control members. Otherwise, I think our server would go up in flames. Honestly. So the best has been made, and it was a really good race. Thank you for those extra 2 laps from Satomni, and of course the entire race reverse, which we had here, has been all organized by him and his race control. So thank you for racing and watching, of course, in the Austrian Grand Prix. We'll see you in England.